Hi, I'm Aaron, and this is Emma, and we just returned from Disney Hollywood Studios where we visited Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. While we were there, we visited Doc Ondor's Den of Antiquities where we purchased Legacy Edition lightsabers. I purchased Darth Vader's and Emma purchased
Rey Skywalker's.
So today we're going to unbox these for you. This will actually be the first time we're seeing them, and this will be the first time you'll be seeing us see them. So we're going to go ahead and open each one up, and then we're going to also open up the blades that come with each. Emma purchased the 26-inch blade, and I purchased the 36-inch blade, more child and adult sized.
So one will be a little longer.
And one will be a little shorter. The lightsabers themselves, the hilt of the lightsaber or the handle is in each box. They do come in these cases. You'll notice that the Darth Vader case has an Imperial symbol on the front, and
mine has a resistance.
So they also tend to reflect the color of the blade. Mine is red, where Rey's is gold or yellow. And so you can see this is how you get it from Doc Ondor's. It actually comes with the tape around to hold it shut, but you have to push the button to open the case to be able to get to the hilt. So we'll go ahead and open mine first. I'm going to go ahead and cut the tape off. During our visit to Galaxy's Edge, we actually got to ride all of the new Star Wars rides while we were there. We rode Rise of Resistance, which was universally our favorite ride as a family. It runs about 18 minutes and takes you through an entire story involving the First Order and the Resistance. We don't want to give anything away about the ride. It's really fun to experience it yourself for the first time. But it was an excellent ride that we highly suggest. We also rode Smuggler's Run, exactly. It's a ride where you pilot the Millennium Falcon through a run as a smuggler, and each person is given a job on the Falcon where they each have to do a different job while the ride is actually going on. You can tell me whatever you want.
Okay, so the jobs are you can be a pilot, a gunner, and an engineer. And we both got to be gunners.
Emma and I were gunners, and Emma's mom, Terry, was an engineer on the ship. And we had two people that we were not with piloting the ship, and we did a fairly good job, I would say.
Yeah, we were pretty good at it.
Terry was the only engineer on the ship and managed to keep it together, so props to her. Me and Emma were both gunners, each side of the ship, and then we also had two pilots. There are room for two engineers, but it's all dependent on the size of your party. So, okay, back to our unboxing. I'm removing the tape from both now. This just holds them shut.
It's not like a part of the case, it just holds them shut.
These are completely displayable, but also usable lightsabers. We're going to show you how to put these together today because it does take a little bit to put them together. Now, they will put them together for you at Doc Ondor's.
That way you can like test them and hold them and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they have a number of different lightsabers. I can't tell you what they all are, but there was a few that I looked at myself, including Leia's lightsaber, Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. And that would be actually the lightsaber that Luke used in A New Hope, which was Anakin's lightsaber. There's also a refurbished version from Return of the Jedi, the lightsaber that Luke rebuilt, the green lightsaber. You can purchase that as well. There's other Sith Lords. You can get Darth Tyrannus, Darth Maul, Asajj Ventress from the Clone Wars series. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and turn them both around. How about that? And we'll open each first. Now, something to know about these is these are not plastic toy lightsabers. These are
like
legit lightsabers. These are the Legacy Edition. So they're actually made of mostly metal. There is some rubber and plastic pieces on each, but each one is unique in how it turns on and how it's designed. So we'll go ahead and show you how each case opens now. If you want to go ahead and push your button, Emma, at the same time. 1, 2, 3. And as you can see,
you get it?
the lightsabers. See, she's smarter than I am. Each come in their own cases. There we go. So let's go ahead and hold these up. So this is exactly how each one comes. You can see Rey's is pretty good sized lightsaber, as well as Darth Vader's. So let's go ahead and turn these sideways here. This is all that comes in the case with the hilt. There's no other accessories with it. There is a small warning piece of paper, as I do believe underneath each one is instructions on how to put it together. We'll go ahead and take these out now. So the case is actually molded specifically for your lightsaber. Yeah. So you can see there's little cutouts there for you to... They've got some weight to them. They definitely do.
They both weigh about like 2 pounds.
Now, something that's interesting about both lightsabers is they have this D-ring right here. See? Now, Emma's actually has a different setup for it. So Darth Vader's has a D-ring here. That's actually a belt clip, so you can wear your lightsaber if you'd like. Emma's is actually, Rey's lightsaber has just a clip you can see here that clips over the belt. So it's a different design for both, a little more true to the movie it came from. You can see there's definitely a size difference in each. Yeah. Rey's is a little longer.
And then Darth Vader's is like a teensy little bit smaller.
It's a little bit smaller. Definitely the older style of lightsaber from the original trilogy.
This one came out like a month ago, so like it's not that old.
Yeah, this is they don't release every lightsaber all the time at Doc Ondor's. They only have certain releases of certain lightsabers. Most of these cannot be purchased at the Disney store online. You actually have to go to Galaxy's Edge and go to Doc Ondor's and purchase the lightsaber. You can purchase the blades on Disney Shop. That would be either blade, and the blades are interchangeable. So we could take the 26-inch blade and put it in the other lightsaber. We can put them back, and the color is built into the crystal in the blade itself, similar to an actual real lightsaber. So let's show you some of just the features of the lightsaber before we put the blades in and show you how that works. Darth Vader's lightsaber, the turn-on switch is actually this small piece right here. It slides up and down.
And then my turn-on switch is right here. You gotta just push it that way.
Yeah, it goes left or right. So if you remember from the movie, it actually turns on here. That's not how you turn on the lightsaber here. Probably too much of an engineering feat to make it that mobile. But still, there are some really specific features built into these lightsabers to make them very realistic. Like one, they're both very heavy.
Yeah, another thing is on mine, they made it kind of look like rusty a little bit.
Yeah, so they made Rey's look weathered. It's definitely got some weathering on it. We can show you that a little closer here on the camera. You can see the weathering around the top. And then another interesting thing is Rey's lightsaber
has teeth.
Has these small teeth at the top. So I'm going to have Emma kind of reach in there and pull one of those up because she has smaller fingers. But before I do, I want to show you this. This is a nice touch to the lightsaber. It actually has burn marks built into the teeth on the top. So it actually looks like it's had a lightsaber blade come through it. And in the movie, these actually all open up as the lightsaber comes out, and then they close as the lightsaber goes in. So I thought that was a nice touch. They also added the bandaging, we'll call it, around the hilt here that Rey had as a part of her lightsaber.
It's kind of like a grip to it.
And it does add a better grip. It's actually a cloth material. It's not a plastic material. Now, the thing about Rey's that I will tell you is this entire piece is metal. Everything on this is metal here. The hilt itself is metal here. The bottom also all metal. The bottom piece here is metal and then maybe some rubber on here, but this is almost a solid piece of metal. I saw that from another video that actually this weighs about 2 pounds, 8 ounces, okay?
Like 2 pounds, like 8.3 ounces.
Yeah, so that would make it probably the heaviest lightsaber that they have at Doc Ondor's, at least one of the heaviest.
Yeah.
Darth Vader's is definitely lighter than Rey's lightsaber.
Wait, can I feel it?
You can definitely check it out.
Yeah, this one actually is lighter.
It's definitely lighter. And there are some pieces, I'm going to go ahead and give you yours back. There are some pieces on this that are like, this is more of a plastic up here on Vader's. This is also a plastic piece here. Now these down at the bottom, which is more of the grip area of Darth Vader's, is actually a rubber piece. All of these are battery powered, and each one, you just don't know until you get it which type of battery each one takes. It's like a small pack that comes out, and then you can put individual batteries in. Now, from what I read, this one actually takes 3 AAAs. This one actually takes 3 AA batteries. So again, you can see the difference there. And on both, it's just the bottom screws off here and here, and that's where you replace the batteries at. Now, they do come with batteries, but, you know, my suggestion is always for something like this, you don't want them to corrode or rust the inside because obviously that would cause an issue. So if you were going to long-term display this, I would probably take the batteries out. If you do plan on using it like we do for epic lightsaber duels, then you could leave the batteries in, but I would maybe go with like a lithium battery or something better. Another interesting thing just that they do, which is a nice touch, you can see Darth Vader's actually has these wires here. I know some of the other replica lightsabers they make didn't go to this much detail. They even put the engraved B and S on here, which you can see in the movie. And that actually had something to do with the camera and things that they covered, like a foil tape they covered the lightsaber with, but exposed were part of a writing on there from the B and the S. They actually included that, which is a small touch, but just very nice. Another thing that's kind of interesting is Emma's has the teeth at the top that we talked about that the lightsaber were to pop out of. So all of the lightsabers that dock ondoors, except for Rey's, has a small piece of plastic here. It's like a dust cover. This is where your blade fits, and you actually have to remove this black piece of plastic from there before the blade will insert. So don't try to insert your blade into the top with this black piece of plastic in there. And if you were going to display it for a long term, as just a display piece in your collection, I would probably put it back in there just to, keep the dust out and such. And it only kind of fits in there. There's a little groove that it fits into. It's notched on the side. You'll find that the blades themselves are also notched. They only go in one way. And when we get to that point, you'll see it goes in and it only turns one way. And it actually makes a noise when the blade goes in, so you know that it's in properly.
Another thing is, the more you use your lightsaber, like it goes up and down once the batteries drain out more, like it becomes like a lighter color. Yeah, so the color will wash out a little bit. That's kind of how you know the batteries are going. They say that the red ones become more of an orange. The yellow just becomes more of a lighter yellow. Yeah, so that means it's time to replace your batteries. And apparently once you do, then they reinvigorate to the same original color. Yeah, it goes back to its normal color.
Exactly.
When you replace the batteries.
Exactly. So again, just to show you guys the inside of the case here, each one is molded for your lightsaber with small finger notches on the side that you can kind of reach in to pull your lightsaber out. The Rey lightsaber, again, let's hold these up, Emma. So the Rey lightsaber is bigger than Darth Vader. Let's go ahead and come over here a little bit. The Rey lightsaber is bigger than Darth Vader's, so it has a bigger case. They also have kind of I want to say, upgraded the cases a little bit. Rey's lightsaber is a newer lightsaber that they offer at Dock Ondoors, where Darth Vader's has been offered for some time now. I'm just a big Darth Vader fan, so I did go with Darth Vader's lightsaber. And Emma, of course, is a big Rey Skywalker fan, so that's why she went with Rey's lightsaber. So the cases otherwise are identical. They do have
just for the symbol.
The symbol, yeah, the Resistance versus the Empire symbol. It is a push button, so you have to push it to snap it closed.
And then you push it.
Yeah, and so then this is like a felt type of material in there. So this just lips over and latches, and you're back to your original case. So we're going to go ahead and open this back up one more time. So the plastic on mine in the back is a little bit tight, whereas hers seems to open pretty freely, open and shut. So that's nice. I think I kind of like the bigger case. I'm going to go ahead and take this out of here because I'd like to just show you guys. So yeah, underneath here is the same warning piece of paper Emma had in hers. And then some styrofoam in here that holds your molded piece in. So we'll go ahead and put those back in the way that they were. But we just wanted to give you guys a kind of a view of that. And then again,
Hey, like that.
yeah, that's fine. And then, so my lightsaber actually sat in
This, or like this.
You know, I'm not sure. We'll just have to kind of work with that a little bit. See, yeah, Emma's fits in, molded to her lightsaber. Same with mine.
He's a little confused on how to put it which
Yeah,
way.
I know. I don't know exactly which way it goes in. I don't. Yeah, there we go. So mine sits sideways like that. And so there they are back in their original cases. They do make, and I didn't see these at Doc Ondor's, but I've seen these later on. They do make angled display racks for these. So it's like a base with a curved piece of plastic so that you can actually set the lightsaber on it in this manner, and then you can display it in like a collection. A lot of people with multiples will do that. It's, you know, it's Disney, so you have to buy each individual piece. That's something to know specifically when you go to Doc Ondor's. These retail for $149.
150.
Yeah, so it'd be $150. Let's just say average. I think it's $144.99 plus tax, and that does not include your blade. So each blade is
$50.
also, yeah. See the 26-inch blade is actually $45, the shorter blade, and the 36-inch blade is actually $50, making this set together $200. So if you take that plus this, the total came out with tax to about $422 for both sets. Now I know that sounds crazy, especially for something that you could consider a toy.
But there were lightsabers there that were that much money just for one lightsaber.
There were. They also come out with limited edition versions of these that, you know, they only manufacture a certain amount. One that I'm familiar with is they recently did a run of like what we'll call Skywalker lightsabers. I don't know if you remember the scene at the end of Rise of Skywalker where Rey has Luke's lightsaber and Leia's lightsaber, and she wraps them in a cloth and ties them and then buries them. Okay, you can actually buy that. It comes in a special edition case. It's both lightsabers. When you open the case, it actually plays some of the John Williams score from Star Wars, and it also has the lightsabers in the case wrapped in the same cloth that Rey wrapped them in, and tied with the same leather strap. So I mean, it's this attention to detail that really does make this worth it. I mean, I just can't convey how little this feels like a toy and how much this feels like what I thought an actual lightsaber would feel like.
It's like kind of a toy and also like a legit lightsaber.
Yeah, if you were to go to Doc Ondor's and see the pricing, you would think like that's a lot. But when they hand you one for the first time and you feel the weight of it,
it's like, wow.
You really understand why they're charging as much as they are. I mean, Disney's really putting a lot into the design of these. And I mean, again, if you look closely at these, at the detail, so much detail involved. Like you said, you know, the cleaner look of the earlier ones from the original trilogy, like Vader's lightsaber. And again, this is the first time we're seeing these, so this is the first time, you know, you're seeing these. These still have some of the stickers on them just to explain how the lightsaber works, to tell you that the batteries are in the bottom. So this is something that could easily be, you know, removed, debadged, however you'd want to call it, so that it would get that really, you know, complete look. Same with this small sticker here telling you that this is the on-off switch to Vader's lightsaber. Rey's didn't necessarily need that.
Yeah, it does have like a tiny one, but...
It does. It's also a tiny one here to tell you that the switch is actually here, on, off. Now, again, in the movie, it was the turning of this. So it's nice that the detail's there, that, you know, this is there, but it just doesn't turn. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up one of these teeth with the scissors very carefully.
This is our first time with these, and we just got them like 2 days ago or something.
Yeah, so this is the original first unboxing. We wanted to make sure that we did a true unboxing. This is unscripted. We're just you know, showing you guys what we got here. So each one of these teeth actually raises up to give you the full look of the inside of the lightsaber.
So Rey's lightsaber in the movie, like when the blade comes out, those teeth open up, and then when it goes back down, they go back down.
They close. So you can close them when being displayed and then open them when the blade is inside. The one thing I'll say is it appears that the teeth are plastic material, so you'll definitely want to be careful opening and closing the teeth. Now, again, like I doubt in use you're going to have any problems with that. You know, you're not really going to be hitting the blade
like extremely
together.
hard or anything
Yeah,
like that.
or close to the hilt. So I would probably prefer if they were metal myself, just for, you know,
in his opinion.
Yeah, just for reasons of durability, but at the same time,
they don't break and stuff.
Yeah, but at the same time, like the attention to detail is great. Like I said, the burn marks actually on there to look like a lightsaber blade has come out of there is really fantastic. Same with the weathering, and the actual bandage grips around the handle. So hers definitely has a more heft than the Vader one. The Darth Vader one is a sleeker model, smaller model, and certainly has a different weight and size to it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys now how to put the blades in. We'll do Emma's first, and then we'll do mine. And then we'll actually pop each lightsaber and show you the different noises that they make, because they each have a different sound to them. And that's important to know. One of the great attentions to detail that Disney's made. Now, if you grab yours, Emma, and show them the bottom of each lightsaber has a speaker built into it. That's where your sound is coming from. And if you watch the Star Wars trilogy, in its entirety, you know that each lightsaber does sound slightly different when it's being activated and deactivated. And so Vader's has a very distinct, psh to it when it comes on, as Rey's does too. And they actually built that into each lightsaber. It's very distinct to each one. I know that the Darth Maul lightsaber, which unfortunately is just a single lightsaber.
But you have to buy the other lightsaber too and just stick them together.
So if you buy 2 Darth Maul lightsabers, you can actually unscrew the bottom of one, and they do screw together to make the dual blades. But I know that it has a distinct crackle to the noise when it's on, which is... Yeah, it's different to the Darth Maul as opposed to the Darth Vader or the Rey lightsaber. Same with Luke's. It has a little cleaner, more smooth sound to it. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and show you. There is a specific installation, as I mentioned, to each one. And you're going to want to make sure that you install it. Now, the good thing is the blades only go in one way. So, this is another thing that I wanted to make part of the unboxing. Is this is the first time we're unboxing the blades as well. I mean, there's a piece of tape on here.
There's still stickers on there, so yeah, this is like our first time doing this.
Yeah, the tape is on there, and you can see these also, like I said, come from Doc Ondor's, but these can be ordered on the Disney Store. 26-inch lightsaber blade.
The blades can, but the lightsaber base can't.
Again, yep, they cannot be ordered on the Disney shop, or at least all of them can't. Especially the limited runs. I know that the 2-pack I was talking about, they only manufactured 1,800 of those. So they're a very limited edition. I know a lot of these resell on eBay for double, even triple the price, because some of them you legitimately have to go to Doc Ondor's in Galaxy's Edge to buy the lightsaber. And when that's the only way you can go, and you factor in the cost of a ticket to Disney and a trip to Florida, really it's not a bad value. It's really not. So inside the box, and let me make sure there's nothing else in there. Okay, so the box is empty. So inside the box, there is the lightsaber blade itself, and the piece of cardboard I just dropped was on the top. Okay, this is a little bit sturdier than I would have thought. It's like a hard plastic, and you can see that there are 2 metal tabs.
It's like 2 metal notches that go in here, and then it makes a noise. That way you know it's completely locked in there.
Yeah, and it looks like one is smaller than the other, so I'll have to take a look at the lightsaber and make sure that each one is specifically notched in correctly. Now, it does come with instructions.
Yeah. Look, one of them is smaller than the other.
That's good, because it does come with instructions, and it tells you, yes, they call them keys. Large keys and small keys would be the 2 different sides. And it tells you to align them, and it can only be inserted one way. Now, you push the blade all the way down and rotate it clockwise. Okay? Clockwise.
So clockwise is this way?
Yeah. And there will be a sound to tell you that it's successfully connected. Specifically, it says, align the keys on side of lower blade into corresponding grooves of hilt. Blade can only be inserted in one orientation. The number 2 step is push blade all the way down and rotate clockwise 90 degrees to lock. Hilt will make sound to indicate successful connection. Blade will raise slightly and be locked in place. Push down and rotate counterclockwise 90 degrees to unlock. Okay? So one of the reasons that I wanted to read that to you is because it was something that I just kind of worried about. I wanted to make sure I got it in there right and didn't break Legacy Edition lightsaber just trying to add the blade.
And you also didn't want to break this.
So here's a picture of the instructions. This is actually, they're the same instructions. This says it's for the Legacy lightsaber hilt. This instruction set is for Savi's Workshop hand-built lightsaber hilt. So one of the things about Galaxy's Edge is you actually have the option of either buying a pre-made lightsaber at Doc Ondor's from the movies, Darth Vader's, Rey's, Luke Skywalker's, Leia's, Emperor Palpatine's. We talked about Darth Maul's. But you also have the chance to sign up to visit Savi's Workshop.
And get like a handmade lightsaber.
Yeah, you actually construct it yourself. They use different parameters based on your personality, so you can choose different parameters, different crystals to go inside, which will also change the color of the lightsaber. So that's an interesting thing. One of the things to note about that, though, is you actually have to register for that, similar to the droid building that you do at Galaxy's Edge. Yeah, and it is rather expensive. That's something to know. It's something that we definitely considered, but
we didn't do it because it was a little too expensive.
It was expensive, and I'll be honest, I like the idea better of having a lightsaber that I had seen in the movies.
And it's like already pre-built for you.
Yeah, it's pre-built, and I'm a fan of customization of things, that are just yours. But at the same time, I'm a big Darth Vader fan, and so the idea of having Darth Vader's lightsaber really appealed to me, as opposed to one that it would be nice to show people, like, this one's mine. I built it myself. I chose all the parts and parameters and crystals and the color and everything. But, to me, it's a little bit cooler to be able to show, like, hey, this is Darth Vader's lightsaber. And then, again, like, Rey's lightsaber hasn't been out for all that long. So, that was one of the things Emma liked, is it's a newer version, one that's not been out there very long, is a little special, and it's
like the only gold lightsaber.
It's the only gold lightsaber, so that was kind of neat. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to do that. I'm going to go ahead and unbox the 36-inch. Now, you can tell that there's definitely a length difference.
Size difference.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference. I didn't really have a reasoning in picking the different sizes, other than I thought the 36-inch would be more fit for an adult.
Yeah, and the 26-inch would be, like, easier for a kid to do.
Yeah, especially with Rey's lightsaber, because there's already a lot of weight involved in Rey's lightsaber.
And it's already kind of tall, too.
Yeah, so I didn't want to make it any longer for an 8-year-old than it had to be. So I'm going to go ahead and do this the same as the other one and let this slide on out of here. There's a small plastic piece on the top. I don't know if I mentioned that kind of protects it. Instructions again. We're going to put this box aside.
The thing they do at Disney is so cool. Like, they put so much detail into the lightsabers.
Yeah, they really put a whole lot of detail into the experience itself. If you're a Star Wars fan at all, you really have to visit Galaxy's Edge. I mean, aside from Doc Ondor's, again, Rise of Resistance was easily the best ride.
And there were Smuggler's Run and Star Tours.
Star Tours as well. Star Tours is an older ride that's actually been at Disney for some time.
The only thing about it is it's a little jerky.
Yeah, it just from it being an older ride, it was part of the original park before the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge was built. So it's one of the reasons it's a little bit different. One of the things I will say about Rise of the Resistance, for anybody that's ridden it will probably agree with me, but I really think that's the future of amusement park rides.
Yeah, it was awesome. We liked it.
Again, I don't want to ruin any parts of it because they really take you through multiple sections. The entirety of the ride, from the time you stop being in the queue itself to being on the ride, from the time the ride starts to the end, is about 18 minutes long, and it's not just a single ride experience. It's a multiple ride experience. It's like
multiple sections of rides. It's so cool.
It really is. It really is. It just I enjoyed it. Emma enjoyed it. My wife Terry, she enjoyed it. We couldn't say enough good things about it. It's really an amazing thing that Disney's
was probably his favorite ride.
It was easily my favorite ride. Yeah, Smuggler's Run was also done really well. One thing I will tell you guys, if you get a chance to try it, is to really take it all in as you go through the line. the queue, as some people call it. The Smuggler's Run ride is specifically, you're actually walking through the Millennium Falcon. So
it's insane.
Yeah, you get to see the inner workings of the Falcon all the way up through it until you enter the cockpit.
You actually get to go inside of it, and then you like go inside a room that has like where the pilots go and the gunners and the engineers.
Yeah, you end up in the cockpit. I mean, you can sit in the seat that Han Solo sits in the movie. Our gunner seats were actually the seats that Luke and Obi-Wan were sitting in A New Hope. Mm-hmm. You know, I got the urge to, you know, jump up and start pointing at the dials, but not really. So there's, like I said, three sets of seats. The pilots, the gunners, and then the engineers are in the back.
So first it goes the pilots, then the gunners, and the engineers.
Yeah, and that's just Smuggler's Run. I don't want to give away any parts of Rise of the Resistance because it's just so good. But it follows more of the sequel trilogy, definitely. But
it's like you're actually in a movie at Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
You really get to feel like you're there. It's pretty amazing. So anyway, back to the lightsabers. I want to go ahead and I'll insert the blade into Emma's first. I want to make sure I get this right. It looks like there's definitely 2 size notches there. So I'm going to line these up as best I can. Now see, it's not...
There it is.
Now see, that was the noise. I don't know if you guys could hear that. So that's what it sounds like when you take it out. And then once the connection is made, that's what it sounds like. And again, we're going to turn clockwise. Oh, it's going to go all the way in.
And then turn it clockwise.
And then turn it clockwise. Still want to...
Break it?
Yeah, we'll make sure There we go. Okay. Not yet. Let's get them both together. So Emma's blade has been inserted properly. So now on to mine. Again, a small side and a large side really does help. So listen, and same thing.
It just sounds like a little deeper, a little bit.
And you turn. Okay, so both blades have been inserted. We'll go ahead and have Emma power hers on first because again,
here's the fun part.
They make unique noises when they power up. So go ahead, Emma, turn yours on. And you'll notice, go ahead and bring it up on the table so they can hear. You'll notice it actually has a line. Now go ahead and shake it, move it back and forth. It actually makes a noise, and then there's an impact noise. So,
like if I hit yours.
Hit my arm. A little harder. So, they'll make like a kind of a lightsaber impact noise with the other lightsabers. And you'll notice it makes a whoosh noise as it goes by. Now go ahead and deactivate. And it brings it down. So
like it actually like...
Go ahead and activate again. And there it goes again. And let me go ahead and when you wave it, you can hear it.
You can hear like the movements of it, like in the air, and how it's like swooping back and forth.
And then it will actually make it. There it goes. It'll make an impact noise when it feels like a strong enough.
And it actually kind of has like a little light to it when you hit it.
Yeah, it'll feel like a strong enough impact. It'll actually make a noise.
Sometimes.
And then you can deactivate and bring it down. So we'll go ahead and activate Darth Vader's now. Again, it's going to sound differently.
It is going to sound like different because it's like an older lightsaber and they're both kind of different.
So here we go.
See, there's the difference. Wait, can I turn mine on?
Hold on. I want to be able to hear.
It does sound like Darth Vader's. That's kind of how it sounds like.
That's a nice, I mean, it's a vibrant red. I don't know if the camera will pick that up quite as well. Some of the videos we were seeing, it looked more like orangish, but it's definitely a bright red.
Mine looks a little greenish, actually.
And you can hear it.
It sounds like Darth Vader's, actually. Wait, you want me to turn mine on?
And again, when it feels an impact, it just has to be a pretty decent impact. It will make a noise.
It's like da-da,
there it goes.
Da-da. There it is.
So it actually makes a noise like it's hitting another lightsaber.
It's like...
There it goes.
And then it blinks a little bit.
And then through deactivation...
Like if you watch it very closely, it like blinks a little bit.
It does. It's like to show the impact. And
like
so
how you hit it.
I'm going to go ahead and activate again so you can hear and see. Go ahead and turn yours on. And so you might be able to hear the difference a little bit.
This is going to be an epic lightsaber duel.
Epic lightsaber duel.
And whoever loses, no. Wait, can you tell what movie that's from?
They know. So, again, my deactivation is these little dots right here. That slides up and down. It is a small plastic piece,
and then mine is just this little switch right here.
It's a right-left switch. And it'll bring it down. So me and Niv have been talking about having an epic lightsaber duel since we left Galaxy's Edge and picked up our legacy lightsabers. We've decided that the loser is going to have to recreate the scene with Darth Vader where he first gets his armor in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
It sounds like in the batting commercials where they're like, no.
So definitely one of us is going to be saying, no.
I hope it's you because you have Darth Vader's lightsaber.
I do. It would make a lot of sense if it was me because I do have Darth Vader's lightsaber. So we wanted to go ahead and unbox these for you and show you exactly what you're getting for your $200 at Galaxy's Edge, Doc Ondor's Den of Antiquities. And again, you can see, I don't know if you can see the actual blade difference here, but yeah, there's definitely like the 36-inch blade.
It's like 10 inches taller.
It is 10 inches taller, so I mean, it's a long blade. If you're going to be carrying this around, you're going to have to be careful because it's a long blade.
Hit the floor. Definitely, actually.
I actually may end up picking up a 26-inch blade just if I ever wanted to, take this out, for costume reasons, Halloween, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I'm going to be ready for Halloween.
And I'll probably be Darth Vader this year because we have these awesome lightsabers. So
Mommy can be Yoda.
You'll definitely need to get some use out of them. But we hope you enjoyed our unboxing video of our legacy lightsabers.
Wait, will they get to see the duel?
Yeah, we're going to try and put up a video of the epic lightsaber duel. We'll probably make it a separate video because we wanted this to just be an unboxing.
So watch the other video.
Yeah, watch the other video and you'll see the epic lightsaber duel of father and daughter. And
I'm probably going to win.
You'll definitely see me win. And then we'll see what we get from there. So thanks for joining us today for our unboxing video. Leave any comments below with any questions you might have about our specific lightsabers, and we'll do our best to answer them for you. And one more time, I guess it would be
Turn them on?
Yeah, we can activate them again. Yeah, go ahead.
The only thing, like if you have a duel, like don't hit them like super hard because then it can like dent it and stuff like that.
Certainly, it's a hard plastic, but it's not going to be indestructible.
Yeah.
It is still just plastic. There's a little bit of give to it, so you could probably,
You'll be okay.
You could definitely, hit it together pretty hard, but
not extremely hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't baseball bat swing it anywhere or anything. You don't want to mess up, the connections in the base and such. You can always replace the blade pretty easily. $50 for a piece of plastic with some metal in is a little pricey though, so you may not want to be replacing these often. But,
yeah, like you wouldn't want one like every day of the week.
Yeah,
I don't want to buy one every day of the week.
Certainly not. Like but I would like to say again though that after our experience, I really think if you're a Star Wars fan, you should visit Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios and Disney. It really is a fun experience.
It really is. Like all the rides and stuff is fun, and like there's some like Star Wars people in some of the rides and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's excellent attention to detail. We did get to visit with Rey. Rey was there as a character. That was they're still not doing character visits at Disney.
They have some like stores and stuff too. They had like Stormtrooper stores and like some like Baby Yoda stores and stuff like that.
Yeah, they have part of the ride that you go on in Rise of Resistance involves a specific unit of the First Order, and so they have a store where you can buy some of the Stormtrooper gear. I ended up purchasing a T-shirt. It was actually it's a
patch too.
Yeah, I got a TIE Fighter pilot T-shirt, but I also got an AT-AT pilot patch and an AT-AT pilot pin, which I thought were pretty neat. And then obviously the Legacy Edition lightsabers. So yeah, but at the same time, everything there's so many attentions to detail throughout the park. from not only there being astromech droids around that you can just see, R2, some of the other droids you've seen in the movies.
Sometimes they have they're not real droids, but they set some droids up. They're not actually on though.
Yeah, but it's just a very nice design. The Imagineers have gone a long way to make you feel like you're part of it. There's also some ships around, from Luke's speeder from A New Hope to Poe Dameron's X-Wing is there. There's also some other ships, an A-Wing fighter, some other random ships that I may not want to reveal in the video because some of it does need to be a surprise. But all in all, though, you really get the feeling that you're there.
Like you're actually in a Star Wars movie.
Like you're actually in a Star Wars movie. So it would be cool, too, to take back your legacy lightsaber and walk around the park.
And sort of show it off, maybe.
Yep. And as always, the Disney castmates,
they all help you out and stuff if you need anything.
They help you out, but they also make the experience
like real.
Very real. Yeah. The castmates and Doc Ondors, they had a lot of lightsaber lore in their back pocket to hit you with that they know. Probably my favorite were the Imperial officers.
Yeah, they actually acted like they were real Imperial people.
Yeah, they were short, if you will, because you're being accused of being a member of the Resistance, and they don't break for a minute.
They accused me of hiding.
They accused her of being a Resistance hider, and they really play the part well. So again, as a Star Wars fan, I can't say enough good things about Galaxy's Edge. I hope that Disney continues to expand it, add more rides, especially rides similar to Rise of the Resistance. And I think that any Star Wars fan would be just completely in awe of what they've done there.
They'd be amazed. A big Star Wars fan would be amazed if you just got one of these lightsabers. It's legit.
Very legit. So thanks for joining us today. We will post a video of our epic lightsaber duel and the winner, and
which is going to be me.
Which is definitely going to be me. And we hope you check that video out too. And again, if you'd like to ask any questions you have in the comments, and we'll be happy to answer them as best we can. I didn't particularly build this lightsaber, so I don't know a lot about the inner workings of it. But and I told you about everything I could think of on it. But
about he could find out on the internet.
Yeah, that I could also find. I did you some
and you
digging.
read about.
So certainly
research.
we wanted to be well versed in our lightsabers before making the video. But yeah, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time
on the epic lightsaber duel. Wait, want to turn it on one more time?
No, I'm gonna turn this off.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to